All right, back on my live grind because I missed last live because the Oregon Ducks were playing the Pac-12 championship game. So you might call me a fraud or a fake Celtics fan, but I did flip back and forth during timeouts. It's a bigger game for Oregon. What do you want from me? Anyways, so back doing the live thing because everybody loves it so much and we get so many hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of viewers. I couldn't deny my audience. Big win for the Celtics tonight, not in terms of the team they played, the Cavs suck, but in terms of the final score. They really dominated this game end to end. A little bit of a lull in the fourth quarter that myself and Tommy Heinsohn were not thrilled with. The Celtics got up to a big lead and then sort of got too casual with it. The Cavs crept back in it, got it to like 12. And then Kemba Walker came in because they had to turn to him because Wanamaker was playing like crap and proceeded to hit 3 straight threes to really ice the game. So Kemba coming in and just putting the final touches on a game against a team that is just really in shambles. You hear reports about the Cavs turning on their coach. Kevin Love wants to be traded. It's going to be tough to trade him with that contract and the fact that he's not all that good anymore. So a team, obviously, the Celtics should beat up on, and they did for the most part. You just like to see them have a complete victory and not let the Cavs even think that they were going to come back in it at some point. But that's just nitpicking. Overall, again, a really good night for the C's. Gordon Hayward coming back was the big story tonight. I thought he looked pretty good in his return. I mean, it's going to take him, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes him 2 to 3 weeks to really find that rhythm he was playing with before he got hurt. It's just all about conditioning and finding the flow of the game again and finding, where you're supposed to be on the court with your teammates. And unfortunately, Hayward was playing so terrific, and then he went down with this sort of freak injury, and it'll take a little bit of time. So I wouldn't expect him to come back and play exactly like he was right before the injury, but maybe in a couple of weeks we'll start to see that. Fortunately for him and the Celtics, they weathered that storm of losing Hayward for extended time very well. I mean, they had a little bit of a lull on their West Coast trip, but they rebounded nicely with a couple of big wins at home, especially that one over the Miami Heat. And this is a big week for the Celtics because they got a tough back-to-back Wednesday, Thursday, the Pacers in Indiana on Wednesday, and they immediately come back here to Boston and play the Sixers on Thursday. And it's a Sixers team that is a likely playoff opponent. If you want to get to the finals, you want to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you're going to have to, in all likelihood, face and beat this Philadelphia team. And the big advantage they have over the Celtics is the Celtics are small. The Sixers rather are big. They're a tall team. The Celtics don't have anybody to really match up with Embiid. Ben Simmons is obviously a matchup nightmare, but you know how to defend him. You just try to make him shoot as much as you can. So there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on that Celtics Sixers game. Unfortunately, they do have them on the second night of the back-to-back. So you may not get all the answers, but it should be a good game and a really good litmus test for the Celtics up against one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. But overall tonight, good win. I said this on Twitter, and I'm starting to think Jaylen Brown's the best player on this team. The easy answer is it's Kemba Walker. The second easiest answer is it's Jason Tatum. But if you look at consistency, and especially over the last 5, 6, 7 games, Jaylen Brown's been your most consistent player. He's playing both ends of the court terrifically. It's not a knock against Kemba or Tatum. It's just that Brown is really coming to his own. He's been terrific virtually every game this season, and he's really taken a huge leap once he signed that contract extension. So that's a great sign. I think right now the Celtics legitimately have a case for 3 All-Stars, Tatum, Brown, and Walker. And I think that's absolutely fair given the way all those guys have been playing. So not that it matters all that much, but I do think that they are deserving of 3 All-Star spots. But that's still a little bit away. Overall, the point is Hayward, pretty solid in his debut, return rather. And the Celtics, though there was a slight lull, eventually took care of business. So big week coming up. I'll do all the games post-game. I'll be tweeting during the games, complaining about officiating probably, though I'm sure the officiating can't possibly be as bad as it was during the Patriots last night. If you watched, But thank you to everybody watching live. Thank you to everybody who will watch later on. What was the count tonight? My wife's keeping track of how many people are on this. What did you say, honey? 10.5 million. Wow, that's a lot of people.
And 52.
And 52. Thank you. A lot of people. That might be a new record. No, we had 320 million one time. That was the record. All right, everybody. I will see you for the Pacers game on Wednesday. Good win for the C's. Talk to you later.